die. We're heading into game number 6.
Dewa can attest to that.
Dewa can. I think Heavy was punished once, but that's pretty much it. Everything else, they basically owned it. Purgatory, game number 6. And just for those who just tuned in, this is not the last game. I know game number 6 is usually the last game, but today we have 8 games, so with more to come.
And I think all the rest of the teams have got something very big to fear, because it looks like Expand is all years in terms of what we've been asking for. Brasilia, this is a drop alongside MDH, but the boys are all sticking together.
Better than what you could have asked for, that's for sure. Team Flash starting it off by getting a knock. I believe it was on the Axis. Raph finished off Flame, able to get a backstab. As Expand also were caught out in the open. They lost too fast. And Yanbin just had to do it to them.
You have to, man. I mean, after catching them out a couple of times, you know those ego battles are finally gonna outshine some of the other priorities that you have out there on the battlefield. Team Flash off to yet another great start. And Flash is looking for that 4th spot, but they are 28 points behind Expand. So it's going to be quite a bit of work that they have to bring in. But Souza, I did not expect that.
He almost took himself out. I saw that. Thankfully, it's not the one-hit one.
Yeah.
So he had half a health bar to work with. Can't say the same for KOG. Knight is not able to capture that revival point, unfortunately, because they all unite. First Raiders are nearby, so he has to go for that long rotation. And I think the closest revival point to him is nowhere.
That's a good decision, though. He doesn't kind of wait
nowhere.
for the ceremony. Repositions, has got 5 glue walls on him, so if he does get caught out in the open, he can defend himself for a little bit. Expand MDH. This battle is about to break down. The boys landed together, but they are quickly separating. They need to stick together as much as possible. Cobra, he circles around. He's all alone. Will he be able to fire right back? Don't cry. This is a CQC that I don't think Cobra can handle, because it's a 1v2. Cobra goes down.
Yeah, and in this scenario, it is just very hard for Expand to do anything. They lost too fast to Dewa, which was third-partying them. And the only thing that they could do is run to the closest revival point, which is up north. So it's one of those rounds where can't really blame Expand for it, but it's a very, very unlucky start for the team.
Split up, you get nailed. Stick together, you get nailed. Expand. This is the moment where they'll be like, see, Mustachio, we told you. No, you stick together. Don't break up. Kill you guys if you guys break up again. Shin, Shomai right at the back, and it looks like Anxiety is gonna have a couple of shots out of Shin. Shoots through his truck. Probably not the best of ideas there. But he is gonna be able to get this advantage as he takes that high ground in a few seconds.
Anxiety are so far apart. And Team Flash, they're just gonna systematically take over the southern island. Fire Brigade has already fallen into their control. First Raiders, on the other hand, Eco. Nope, that's gone. VGM surrounding Eco at Ski Lot at Forge, so that is an easy pickoff for them. Definitely a slower round compared to what we have so far. Today.
Well, lots of engagements, lots of players kind of getting down and out, but no teams taken out of the equation yet, so revival gameplay for a lot of these teams can still be something that they play on, and Too Fast is brought back as quickly as Roy could play that, and Roy does manage to find me now as well, so that's a great play from Expand. Cobra, on the other hand, he's got to wait a little bit longer, so that's a vending machine revival.
Yeah, definitely needed that kill. It's gonna slow down Heavy by a bit, but most importantly, give Expand points as a head start for this round. VGM are also kind of split up. So just some love taps exchanged between them and First Raiders, but at the end of the day, First Raiders decides that we're not going to continue exchanging bullets. So they will make that rotation up north, and that's where Sem9 is at as well. So First Raiders needs to be really careful. This VGM, they seem really relentless trying to chase down the members of First Raiders. It's going to force out a couple of that glue wall as First Raiders slowly try to move uphill.
See exactly what BGM can do from a distance like this. I mean, I think they can tease those players, but I don't think securing all of those knocks as well as kills is going to be easy from such a range, especially with Atama. So they have to think of a better strategy here, Vantan, because it's not like they've got a great position to play around with, especially with that circle kind of encroaching their compound, encroaching their position as well. And Anxiety just sees a flying bloody with a headshot delivered extensively right out of that.
Kill point number 6 for Team Flash.
Wow.
And they've cleared out basically the entirety of the southern island. But they will have to start moving into the safe zone though. It is quite a distance from them. They will have to backtrack to where they came from. Uh-oh, Buffalo on the kill feed, and that means that Heavy gets a kill. That's not too fast.
It's a little unfortunate for Expand, losing Captain too fast. Let's see if or not things can change around for them. But even though we're getting so many of those initial engagements as well as kills, still 12 teams standing alive and kicking. You gotta love that revival system in Free Fire, which just ups the ante just a tad bit. But you gotta wonder as well exactly what those positions are gonna be like. But you know, this is a saving grace because Purgatory's got a lot of space to play with. So when you come back, you're probably not gonna see anyone this year, unless you are unlucky.
I mean, Sem9, wow, they are getting picked off one by one. This is just not a game for them. They have no space to loot, they have no space to go for revive. It's just a very unlucky round for Sem9. This is their last stand. They are gone.
Cobra down and out as well in the 12 spot. You guys better not get cocky and start saying that, hey, we stuck together and we still got taken out. It's just you are not used to sticking together just yet.
Yeah, this is just an unlucky round.
Yeah, it's a super unlucky round.
No going around that. All started with Dewa, in fact. You know, Dewa was the one who kind of made it and forced them in this position. And now they're exchanging fire with Sem9. They are down 2 members though, and Sem9 so far have been holding up pretty well. Bams gets picked back up. They were retreating from this conflict.
It's a good play coming through from Sem9 to return fire against Dewa, who got a little aggressive in the gunfight a little bit earlier on. Sem9 decides to reposition, and good on them for pulling off the play execution because MDH is ever so slowly approaching their location as well. All of them are inside of the circle. I'm just wondering, I'm just a little curious as to where's this next circle gonna go, because if it goes down towards the bottom left, potentially gonna have a huge body of water in this Purgatory circle, which I just am not a huge fan of.
So far, I'm liking where Heavy is holding. They're able to keep Farang at bay, but they're also making sure that if teams come in from that northeastern side, they wouldn't be threatened. And that includes KOG, First Raiders, and to an extent, they were united. But MDH are trying to kind of push on forward.
Oh?
They do kind of have a clear path, but there is a bit of worry though. They were united, not wanting to let MDH slide by. In fact, conversely, it's MDH keeping Dewa United.
And Dewa manages to cross on over. They don't have much of a defensive position to play around with, so they got to be really careful with how they engage with MDH. So that's probably not going to happen unless Dewa just decides to go YOLO, which I hope is not the case, because they are aiming for the top 6, and they actually stand a really good chance of squeezing in as long as they can keep themselves alive for that final circle play. With 1 man down already, it's not going to look great for them. And King of Gamers, I tell you, this team started off hot, but they just fizzled out as quickly as they heated up. Bingsu recovers a little bit of his HP, and King of Gamers stand a chance to bring their player right back in here. Expand's the only team that has been expanded so far. Anxiety loses Godtobi as Dewa continues to pick off players. Hawkeye is going to be in a lot of trouble here. Woodpecker in hand doesn't have the weapon necessary to take on a CQC.
They will lose Hawkeye in the process, but thankfully for Anxiety, they have both Kanoho and Shoma still around. As much as Dewa and First Raiders are doing well, they will not make any progress unless MDH has a bad game. They need MDH to fall out, and that is not happening thus far. In fact, MDH is doing the opposite. They're having a good game. So this is bad news for any teams below MDH. Axis Esports trying to keep Team Flash at bay. And Team Flash kind of only really have one way in, so they would have to fight through Axis. The next circle, perfect, especially for Heavy.
MDH is just sending all of their good vibes towards Axis right now. Please take out Flash, they say, as they try to make it into the next circle. They have to get through Sem9, though. That's going to be quite the tough fight for MDH against a team that has been performing phenomenally well inside of the second half. This play-ins is pretty much dominated by Sem9, who now find the next safe zone. MDH making that slow approach. Flash spreading out. And I think I see the play here, but Yanbin gets taken down. MDH going to be praising Axis for that one.
And I feel like Team Flash have already decided that they're going to split their manpower up just to increase the chances of survival. But the problem is, the safe zone is so far away. Team Flash might not be able to make it until the end.
Yep.
Not with Shin on one side and Bloody on the other. So, as much as they're trying to increase their chances, it looks pretty tough. Oh boy. Meanwhile, I see Heavy on the kill feed again. And you know what that means? Yep. That means that Heavy is going for the juggler once more. Anxiety. Ooh. Zach just puts one through Toby's head.
And I love the gameplay here by... Which team was that again? One was splitting. Flash. And those are the kind of situations where splitting up is acceptable on a map like this, in a lobby like this. And this is where Expand really needs to start taking notes and not split up very early in the game.
No, Vio goes shot out from the sky.
Well, MDH can rejoice then, because Flash is not going to be able to keep them away from that 6th spot. MDH needed just about 7.5 points to overtake Team VGM. But with Flash going down, it's a mad rush for MDH to not just get that 6th spot, but potentially even aim for number 5 with the way they're running.
And look at Heavy just holding this high ground like a fortress. There's no way for Axis or Farang to push right through. Farang, they don't even, they're not even worried about Heavy right now. They're getting pressured by MDH. VGM, on the other hand, trying to push right through Dewa. A good one onto Bams. Van Tan leading the charge. VGM looking for a Trailblazer to get the job done, and so far they're doing a pretty good job, as Sem9 also helping them out a bit. Anxiety though off screen, taken out by First Raiders as Dewa United slowly gets dispatched. Team Flash out in the meantime. Yeah,
this is the blessing for MDH that was required. Dewa needs to make quick work of VGM, but the game of numbers will potentially guarantee this battle victory for VGM. Jump shots out of Ban. Van Tan goes down as Friends manages to get that pick off with the trip mine, but Dewa United, they can hang on no longer as Renz gets taken out as the final player. They go down. VGM still staying alive, making sure that MDH does not catch up easily. They don't have as many elimination points though.
MDH, if they beat Heavy right now, they are definitely going to be in top 6 after this round. Heavy, what do you have left? Oh boy, too bad. What are you doing?
Distraction!
Farang, what are you doing? Into a grenade launcher. MDH just got fed a couple of free kills. Maybe this is a chance for Heavy to do some severe damage. VGM, they're just driving by. We might see a 4-way fight. MDH have just lost Narrow. Bonfire drop down. Grenade from long range. Is Dark Loom with the gun to take out Jesbu as Heavy slowly pushing forward. They've just gotten a knock. Don't Cry goes down, courtesy of VGM. Heavy have a couple of teams that they need to fight towards, but Mina is not afraid. The blue zone is pushing them in though. Heavy, what have you got left? The compound somehow within their grasp, but VGM is in front of them, AJ.
Yep, and MDH is just so unfortunate because the worst team to take on at this point would be Heavy, and Heavy is the exact team they have to deal with inside of the circle. Look at the positioning within the trailer itself for Nero as well as his partner. They back away, Fudai down on the ground, and that grenade launcher still getting the damage done. He needs one more pump though to make sure he secures that kill, or else Fudai is gonna get picked up here. Those two team members around him will be able to get the deed done. Fudai back on his feet, and Nero does not capitalize on that knock.
Look at First Raiders, look at where the circle is.
GG.
It is First Raiders circle. This could be the third booyah for First Raiders, the very needed one. But we cannot count Heavy out though, because Buffalo is going to work, and Buffalo has come online. He is brandishing those horns. Souza getting a long one onto Fudai, but Heavy, Buffalo is still in this. First Raiders, 10 kills, still counting. Ton XT on that low ground. Not much left in the tank for Heavy. Darko gets that one. As Hong Ang, he got knocked down by the play zone, and First Raiders have found the confidence to push on forward, take that space, take the fight straight to MDH. as they pincer Don't Cry, get a good blast on him. Nero also flushed out, heavy parries to the blue zone. First Raiders looking for the Mbappe finish in this play-ins, looking for the third booyah of the day.
Yep, and it's the players on the side of MDH that get taken out. BGM, one final player, Ducklob outside of the circle, and First Raiders should be able to secure this final one, and they do it in style. Darkall, what a shot. First Raiders, third booyah of the day. They are on fire.
Give him the hat trick, give him the golden boot. First Raiders doing so much work today, and the gap just keeps getting lesser and lesser, and First Raiders just keep getting happier.